What's going on, everyone? As you can see today, we're going to do a review of the BlueSound Pulse Mini. This is a brand new soundbar from BlueSound. They're an incredible speaker manufacturer. They do tons of home speakers and Wi-Fi sort of systems, which I absolutely love. I have a Harman Kardon system right now, so I have a good baseline of what to compare it to. So it's going to be a super fun test, but first we're going to do a unboxing. Just check out what comes in the package. As you can tell from the name, the soundbar is going to be a little bit smaller than a standard soundbar setup, which is great. I live in a small apartment here in Vancouver, so it's going to be a really good test of how this sounds in a small space, which is what it's completely designed for. So let's open it up and we'll see what comes in the package. So first off, we got a box within a box. Let's pull it up. There we go. Got a little instruction book, just like so. This is probably going to be the mounts and cords and cables and stuff. And then here we have the soundbar setup. Comes in a super nice cloth packaging as well. First overall impression, the build quality feels really, really good. I have an industrial design background, so I actually did a lot of product design and development, and I actually designed a couple of my own speakers. So it's super cool to get the opportunity to review a speaker system like this one. The cloth material feels incredible on it. As you know, speaker components can be pretty heavy, so the weight of this really, it feels really good. Taking a quick look at the connectivity, we have a sub out, we have an analog right and left channel in, HDMI eARC, which is awesome, optical, a Ethernet, USB, and then power, which is all you really need in a soundbar. So this should be perfect for my TV setup behind me. Before we do our audio test, I just want to talk a little bit about this soundbar. So it's a 2.1 channel soundbar with angled drivers. It has Dolby Atmos, which would be amazing for movies, and that's something I really want to test out because my current soundbar doesn't have that, or at least it sounds like it doesn't do a good job of sort of projecting that virtualized surround sound system. There's 280 watts of total power, which is more than enough for my apartment. So those are the things we're going to test out in the audio review, but overall first impression of the build quality feels amazing. Really high quality materials, really high quality build, so hopefully the audio matches up. Before we set up the BlueSound Pulse Mini, I want to talk about the two speakers that I have behind me. So the stereo setup is called Skadina Mini Pods, and it's just a simple left and right speaker. Only has Bluetooth, so it's not great for a TV setup, but I absolutely love the design of them. It's a Danish manufacturer, and honestly, they sound great. Having stereo separation is incredible when you're listening to music. But I actually don't use them that often. They're a little bit more for show because I do have a soundbar setup with HDMI eARC, which is just a lot more simple for setting up a TV application, and then it fits in with my surround sound home system that I have. But this is going to give me the opportunity to set up the BlueSound and test it against two other speaker setups, one soundbar and then one traditional two-channel system. So I'm really interested to see the difference, hear the difference. So let's get into it. First up is going to be the Skadina Mini Pods, and I'm just going to be transmitting from Bluetooth from Spotify straight to the speakers.
Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like it though. From the scent to your pride and perfume, I can tell when you're walking around. I lose myself and know. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like it though. From the scent to your pride and perfume, I can tell when you're walking around. I lose myself and know. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like it though. From the scent to your pride and perfume, I can tell when you're walking around. I lose myself and know. When my back's against the wall, you know what it takes to hold me, hold me.
What's to become of our world?
Hey, you want some muscle?
I do?
No. We are a house of tradies. There is no call. We do not answer. There is no
3, 2, 1.
We're going into combat on a level no living pilot's ever seen. Not even him. You think up there you're dead? Believe me.
Everyone say hi, Fig. So it's been about a week with the BlueSound Pulse Cinema Mini, and I gotta say the sound quality is super impressive, especially from a small speaker. That's what everyone's gonna say, is the sound feels small when you have a small soundbar like this. But the sound is super impressive. I think the 280 watts of power gives this a lot of power for being such a small form factor, and that translates to sound quality. I was super impressed with movies, as well as music that I listened to, and especially comparing it to the previous soundbar that I had, the sound just felt like there's a lot more power and bass, which was really impressive. And even comparing it to the stereo speaker setup, the stereo setup has a lot bigger drivers, but I was impressed with the bass levels that was able to be produced from the BlueSound. So great job on that. Next I want to talk about is the Dolby Atmos setup, which sounded really good on some movies and not as good on other movies. So I think it's really going to depend on what you're sort of listening to. Some movies didn't sound that good, but other movies it was really impressive how it can sort of project the sound into the room. The next thing I want to talk about is using the speaker as a sort of home speaker, just listening to music. One thing that I really like about the previous setup that I have is the integration of Google Home. So you actually use Google Home to set up the speakers. It's the Harman Kardon Citation series. And I have 4 different speakers, 1 in each room in my apartment. And because these have Google Home integration within the app, I can actually create a speaker group. I also have a smart thermostat in my house, so I'm controlling everything in the Google Home app. So I really like having the ability to control the speakers within the app, which unfortunately this doesn't have Google Home integration. And I know that's super niche. And even some of the new speakers that Harman Kardon or JBL creates, they don't have Google Home integration, all of them. But it's a feature that I really like, but I really wish more speakers had that integration as well. What's sweet about having Google Home integration to your speakers is you can use your speakers to say commands like turning off all the lights or changing the temperature or any other smart home integrations that you have. So I really wish BlueSound did something like that, just so it fit a little bit better into my ecosystem. With that being said, you can still use AirPlay and cast to multiple speakers, and I did do that and it sounded great. Even though they're different speaker brands, which sometimes creates some issues, all the speakers were synced up, so that was really nice to hear. One more thing that I want to talk about is the lack of a remote control. This is the remote control that I have for the Harman Kardon one. As you can see, lots of buttons, lots of settings, and honestly, I love having a remote. I know everything is going HDMI eARC and everything's super integrated, but I still love having a remote control. With BlueSound, the app is the preferred method for switching sources and integrating your Spotify and whatsoever. I know it's not for everyone, but I think at this price point, it's nice to have a remote control included in the box. One other thing that I thought was interesting is I tried to actually connect the TV directly to the speaker via Bluetooth just to see if it would work. I've never done this before, and it was giving a little bit of feedback issues, so it wasn't the best solution. Not that I would normally do that at all, but I thought I would note it just in case anyone does use that setup. To wrap this all up, if you live in a smaller apartment and you're looking for incredible sound quality for your movies and music, then definitely look into the BlueSound Pulse Cinema Mini. Sound quality is incredible, the power is amazing for such a small form factor. And if you're looking to expand on the system, BlueSound has tons of other speakers that fully integrate, and that would be great for creating a home speaker system. But that's all I have for the BlueSound Pulse Cinema Mini. I'm definitely gonna be keeping the soundbar here, and I'm definitely gonna actually look at expanding into the BlueSound ecosystem for any other speakers to really improve on the audio quality in my apartment. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.